Ever wonder why motivation hits hard and then vanishes faster than your New Year's resolutions? One day you're hyped, blasting workout playlists, promising the universe a six-pack by summer. Next day, you're eating cereal straight from the box, scrolling reels about discipline, pretending that counts as progress. You tell yourself, tomorrow I'll start for real. But tomorrow has a funny habit of turning into next week. Let's be honest. Motivation is a liar. It makes you feel powerful, then disappears the moment things get uncomfortable. You don't need more motivation. You need a system that works even when you don't feel like it. That system is called discipline. Motivation is emotion. Discipline is evidence. Motivation talks, discipline proves. Because here's the truth. Everyone's motivated when life is easy. But the ones who win? They show up when it's hard. That's the moment discipline kicks in, when your brain says, "Not today," and you answer, "Watch me." Motivation runs on feelings. Discipline runs on habits. One burns bright for a second, the other builds slow, unshakable power. Motivation is like caffeine. It gives you a quick buzz, then crashes. Discipline is like sleep. It restores everything. Think about it. How many times did you start a workout plan with fire in your eyes, only to quit by week 2? You didn't fail because you were lazy. You failed because you relied on hype instead of habits. Motivation can start the engine, but only discipline drives the car. And here's the crazy part. Discipline isn't some superhero power. It's just you doing the boring stuff over and over until it becomes automatic. That's how real transformation happens. Not in the highlight reels, but in the quiet moments no one sees. The alarm clock you don't snooze, the meal you don't skip, the workout you finish even when your energy's dead. Because every "I'll do it tomorrow" is a brick in the wall between you and your goals, and every "I'll do it now" tears that wall down. You don't need to feel ready, you just need to move. Discipline doesn't wait for inspiration, it creates it. Every rep, every step, every small win, that's discipline stacking up behind you, turning you into someone unstoppable. Motivation starts the fire, discipline keeps it burning. And today, you stop chasing sparks and start becoming the flame. Here's the thing about discipline. Everyone wants it, but nobody wants to earn it. You don't just get disciplined, you build it, one choice at a time. And it starts small, like doing one push-up when your brain screams no, or walking 10 minutes instead of doing nothing. Those tiny wins, they're votes for your future self. Every rep, every meal, every bedtime you stick to, they stack up, until one day, discipline stops feeling like effort. It becomes identity. You're no longer someone trying to be consistent. You are consistent. That's what most people miss. They wait for motivation to act instead of acting to create motivation. They think they need a spark before moving, but guess what? The spark only comes after you move. Action first, emotion second. Always. Because your brain is lazy. It wants comfort, it wants easy, and it will whisper 1,000 excuses before letting you grow. Ever notice how your brain sounds so logical when it wants to quit? "I'll start tomorrow. I deserve a rest day. I'm too tired." Sound familiar? Yeah, your brain's a smooth talker, but it's not your friend in that moment. Discipline is saying, "I hear you, but we're doing it anyway." That voice in your head doesn't disappear, you just get stronger than it. Here's the formula no one tells you. Discipline equals repetition plus friction control. Repetition means doing it until it's automatic. Friction control means removing every excuse that slows you down. Set your clothes out the night before. Write your workout plan. Prepare your meals. When it's easy to start, you don't give your brain time to argue. It's not about willpower. It's about removing friction. Motivation burns out. Systems don't. You think elite athletes wake up motivated every morning? They wake up prepared. They've built a routine that eliminates decisions. When you eliminate choice, you eliminate failure. You don't think, you act. That's how discipline grows. And here's the secret. Discipline is self-respect in action. Every time you follow through, you prove to yourself that your word means something. You stop breaking promises to yourself. And that's where the real transformation begins. Not in the gym, not on the scale, but in your identity. Because once you see yourself as disciplined, every other goal becomes easier. Fat loss, strength, confidence, they're all side effects of showing up. You don't rise to your goals, you fall to your systems. So build systems that never fail. Stack habits until success becomes boring. Because that's where winners live, in the repetition zone, where average people get bored and quit. When it's boring, you're doing it right, because boredom means mastery is near. Keep showing up, keep stacking reps, keep moving forward, especially when it's not exciting. That's discipline. That's power. That's you becoming unstoppable. Everyone hits that point where they want to quit. Every single person. The difference is most people do. You've been there. You're tired, sore. You've done everything right, and the mirror still doesn't care. You start wondering if it's even worth it. You know that moment when you open the fridge just to look like motivation might be hiding behind the yogurt? Spoiler, it's not there. That's where people give up. Not because they can't do it, but because they can't see it working yet. Progress is invisible at first. You don't notice it day to day, but it's happening in silence, inside your muscles, inside your habits, inside your mindset. Discipline is what carries you through that silence. It's the bridge between the work you've done and the results that haven't shown up yet. If motivation is the spark, discipline is the fuel line. Cut it off and everything stops. When your brain says, "I don't see progress," discipline says, "We're not done yet." That's the test. The moment between the old you and the new one. The gap where almost everyone quits. But not you, because you're building something permanent. The old you wanted fast results. The new you wants lasting ones. The old you chased hype. The new you builds habits. Ever notice how the strongest people don't talk about motivation? They talk about consistency. Why? Because they know the secret. The best version of you isn't built when it's easy. It's built when it's hard. Pain is feedback. Struggle is data. Fatigue is growth in disguise. Every time you push through, your brain learns something powerful. We don't quit anymore. That's when discipline becomes instinct. It's no longer you versus you. It's just you doing what has to be done. You stop negotiating with yourself. You stop asking, "Do I feel like it?" You just do it. Motivation is a guest. It visits when it wants. Discipline? It pays rent. It shows up even when the lights are off and the coffee's cold. This is the phase most people never survive. The valley between effort and reward. But if you keep walking through it, you rise. Discipline turns that valley into your foundation. Because every time you don't quit, you're rewriting your limits. You're showing your brain that you can feel pain and still move. You can be tired and still go. You can fail and still rise. That's how you win. Not by avoiding the hard parts, but by mastering them. Discipline doesn't just build your body. It builds your identity. And once your identity changes, everything else follows. You're no longer someone who tries. You're someone who shows up, no matter how you feel, no matter what's in your way. You show up. You ever notice how the best transformations don't start loud? They start in silence. No cameras, no applause, just you and the choice to try one more time. That's the moment everything changes. Not when people notice you, but when you notice yourself changing. Discipline doesn't give you instant results. It gives you progress that no one else sees, until suddenly, everyone does. You wake up one morning and something feels different. You move differently. You walk taller. You look in the mirror and realize you're not chasing motivation anymore. You've become it. Because the same person who used to quit now refuses to stop. The same person who used to say tomorrow now says, let's go. You've built something unshakable, momentum. Momentum is the real secret. It's the quiet force that multiplies every small win. You can't buy it, you can't fake it. You earn it through repetition, through resistance, through showing up. People will ask, what's your secret? And you'll smile, because there isn't one. It's not motivation. It's not genetics. It's not luck. It's you. Every early morning, every small victory, every choice to push instead of pause. That's your transformation story, written one rep at a time. Remember how you used to say, I'll start when I'm ready? Here's the truth. Readiness never comes. You create it. You become ready by doing. You become confident by showing up scared. You become unstoppable by refusing to quit. Your body will change, slowly. Your mind will change, faster. But your life? That changes forever. Because this isn't just about fitness. It's about proving that you can take control again, that you can rebuild from zero, that you can turn pain into progress and progress into pride. Every drop of sweat is proof you're still fighting. Every workout you finish says, I'm not done yet. Every meal you plan says, I respect myself. This is the new you. Not perfect, but powerful. Not finished, but fearless. And one day soon, you'll look back at the old version of yourself, the one who doubted, the one who waited, the one who almost quit, and you'll thank them. Because they didn't give up, they showed up. They gave you this moment. So here's your final truth. Discipline doesn't just build muscle, it builds identity, and identity never fades. You started this journey for results. Now you continue it for who you've become. No excuses, no waiting, no someday. This is your time. This is your fire. This is your rise. Let's crush this.